Welcome to a What's in the Box. So this box arrived and I've taken the label off and there's the label and there's no clue about what's in the box. No clue at all. I've looked for the seller's address and I can't find that on eBay, so I don't know who it's come from. I don't know the person. All I know is that it has been sent to me. So I'm mildly confused. I have kind of started opening it and I thought I'd do the video. The thing about doing videos in the garden on a hot summer's day is you pick up all the sounds from the neighbours. So don't be surprised if you hear sounds of the neighbours that way and that way talking. Anyway, here I thought was a clue, because when I looked at this it said test cam on it. I haven't got a test cam machine, I haven't got anything to do with test cam, and to be honest, if this was a 4-track workstation it's probably about the right weight, but if it was an 8-track workstation then it's not the right weight, because I know how heavy a test cam 8-track is. So I don't think it's test cam. But we'll open the box up, which is extremely well packed, I might add. And the first thing we come across is a power supply. I think I've got an idea what this might be. I looked at the power supply. So this is a Roland, what is it, an ACH 240E. So this power supply with that socket configuration, this sort of mini IC socket, that does plus or minus, if I remember correctly, it's plus or minus 10 volts on this one. But I think on the Boss mixers it's plus or minus 15 volts. But it's the same adapter at the end. Interesting. But I think I know what it is because somebody has written on the plug R8. Very interesting. Alright, let's carry on. Ooh. And it is indeed a Roland R8. Where the hell has that come from? Let me put that to one side for a sec. Well, whoever sent it to me has packaged it up well, but there is no. I know who sent it because it's got a sent from on the address. But but there's no note. There's no nothing in that box. To tell me why somebody sent it to me. It's definitely has been in the wars, this one. It's kind of been well used. I can see that. You can see that from. I don't think this will come over on camera particularly well because I'm doing this under a sunshade. But it definitely has been well worn. So the question is, does it power up? I'm going to stop the camera. I'm going to plug this thing in, run an extension lead out, and plug this thing in to see if it fires up. Hang on a sec. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon. Okay, couple of pieces of advice when powering up a piece of equipment for the first time. Number one, make sure whatever you're doing is plugged into an RCD. If you're in the UK, the standard now is that there are RCDs back at the fuse board. Doesn't help to put an RCD on the end of the extension lead, but most houses have a proper milliamp trip on the fuse board now. So if your house is set up that way, fine, you don't need to do anything more. People who live in other parts of the world, I highly recommend you put an RCD on the supply before you attempt to plug a piece of equipment in, because if the equipment is faulty, if it has a mains fault on it, the RCD should trip before anything else happens. So that's just a kind of word completely off subject. So this is this weird little socket at the back. Hopefully you can see that on camera. Just make sure it's switched off, which it is. Plug that in like that, and well, that powers up. Screen is fully working on this one. That's really good. I haven't got anything to plug this into at the moment, so I don't know whether it's got anything in memory. But it does power up, and it does tell me the right thing, and it did go through the right. So as it powers up, it sort of does Roland with the Space Invader going across, and it did that. So it powers up, it boots okay. Let's have a look and see if I've got to remember how to use this now. I haven't used my R8 for quite a while. Let's go into song, let's go into write. Tempo. That fader works. That's obviously the volume fader, I can't test that. Plus and minus keys work. Tempo button doesn't seem to work. Levels seem to be okay. Well, there's not a lot more I can do about that. I mean, it seems to be a fully working machine. It seems to have been through the wars. It's very dirty. So I'm going to have to go and wash my hands after this one, because it really is. I'm not sure whether that comes across on the camera, but it is absolutely filthy. Like I say, it looks like it's been in the wars or well used, because the R8s had like a rubberized coating on the plastic, and that rubberized coating is breaking down all over, and that normally broke down because people were sort of shuffling hands, so you can see all the hand marks around here, like or where you had clothes on it and you was catching it with your clothes. It's been really damaged up here. I don't know what that's all about. Looks like something's been painted on it, or could be glue residue or something. Some marks on the buttons. I'm not really too worried about that, but okay. It's arrived. Not a lot more I can say about it, but that is it. That was what was in the box. The box contained a Roland R8, and as far as I can tell, without plugging it in, it's in fully working order. Now what's really interesting is my R8 is in fully working order, but my and my R8 is in much better condition than this, but my screen doesn't work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put this in the box, and I'm going to put it down to storage, and I'm going to see if anybody gets in contact with me to tell me that they've sent this to me. Now what's really interesting is I don't tend to give out my address unless somebody is sending something to me. You know, if somebody's already been in contact and they're going to send something to me, then I give them my address, but I don't tend to give my address out. Purely because, you know, I'm living with housemates, and it's not fair for them for people just to turn up on the front doorstep. Yes. Anyway, you've caught me kind of a bit flabbergasted because I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, on this one, live long and prosper, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.